Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Moliminous and I got something a little bit special for you guys today because, well, I was going to just not do a video at all because, well, it's already 10:48 p.m. on a Tuesday night and this video goes up tomorrow and I have appointments and all kinds of behind the scenes stuff to do. I decided you guys deserve it. While the team's out doing other stuff and working hard on their projects, I wanted to go ahead and fill in once again. And what better way to do it than to go ahead and visit a fandom classic? And let's talk about the top 5 saddest moments in MOP. I say Phantom Classic because if you guys remember, there's the sad MOP PMV that was just like, you know, the pictures and whatnot. It was just sad scenarios and fan art from MOP, and it has like 73 million views. And so let's go ahead and count down this list. Also remember, if we hit 1,000 likes, we'll be giving out one of our free t-shirts. We do have one in the making right now, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Number 5. Do you guys remember the Mare Duel episode? Where the main 6 pretty much decided to teach Rainbow Dash a lesson by not talking to her, but by pretending to be a superhero with the abilities to just outdo her at every turn. This was supposed to teach her about how to be humble. I guess Kendrick Lamar hadn't come out with his song yet, so she didn't really have a tutorial. But in this episode, there were some moments of extreme depression with Rainbow Dash, where she saw the entire town just forget about the other stuff that she's done and the fact that she saved the world multiple times at this point, and they just really gawk over this new pony. And Rainbow Dash's friends are pretty much non-compliant with any kind of emotional support with her, and she felt completely alone. And honestly, it's a side of Dash that we don't get to see too often, and that we really don't want to see that often. We look at her as the cool, calm, and confident person. Yeah, we realize that she's overconfident and cocky, but that's just who she is. When we see her legitimately sad and depressed like this, it's just unsettling. Number 4. At the Crystal Empire, where Shining Armor is being married to Cadence, there was a scene where Twilight realizes that something's up, something's wrong here. Something's just not quite right with Cadence. She's not the same Cadence that she remembered. And we learned that, yeah, Twilight was right. This isn't the same Cadence she remembered. This is something else, and someone a lot more evil. But in her attempts to try to prove this, she ends up being alienated by everyone she loved, including her mentor Celestia. Her brother abandons her, her friends abandoned her. Everyone looks at her as an outcast now, shunning her for the duration of the marriage. And it's this dejected, this completely broken look on Twilight's face that just felt so sad. And the fact that it was her friends, her new friends, her mentor, everyone that she really looked to for inspiration who turned on her. Number 3. In the finale, the main 6 have their cutie marks swapped. And this seems like a normal thing that would just be like, oh, hey, this is kind of wacky. Look, they're doing jobs that they wouldn't normally do. Well, it seems like this isn't just the case. While it was, sure, funny at some points, it stopped being funny and started being creepily sad. They seemed like they were completely depressed. Some of them seemed like they were moments from just ending it all. It seemed like just switching their cutie marks changed who they were. They knew what they really were, but they couldn't express it. It was like being trapped in your own body. You knew there was something wrong here, that something wasn't right, but you weren't able to tell what, and you had to deal with it. You were told this is what you have to do, and this is the only thing you can do. But doing this thing makes you feel more and more sad. Couple that with the fact that cutie marks represent what you're best at, that just means that everything else that you may have even felt like could be fun, well, you'd just be awful at it. Number 2. Tank's hibernation was pretty much a thinly veiled metaphor for death. Not all things can last forever. And we get to see once again Rainbow Dash's manic side, While trying to keep her facade of calm and cool collective confidence, she shows us the extremes that she's willing to go for her friends. She's not the element of loyalty for nothing, even willing to commit what could be considered terroristic acts. At the end, it was futile though. Tank was going to go away, and then he'll be gone for months, and she won't see him. This, of course, would be remedied in the spring when he would come out, but the metaphor here is supposed to be letting go of your friends. Not everyone is meant to be in your life forever, whether that be friendships that just simply end or friendships that are sadly taken from you. Death is a normal part of life, and unfortunately an incurable disease that will afflict everyone at one point or another, but it doesn't make it any less sad when it happens. Number 1. Celestia's death. So it's not exactly Celestia's death, but at the time Twilight thought her mentor was dead and killed by Luna, her own sister. When Twilight goes back in time, she gets to witness the battle firsthand, the gruesomeness and the fierceness that these two sisters fought with, the hopelessness of the scenario of seeing Celestia constantly outflown and overpowered, someone who she thought was invaluable, someone who she thought would be imperviable to any enemy. And this was the mentor that was now on the ground, motionless, eyes closed, and you can't even tell if she's breathing. It was definitely a frightful moment for Twilight and part of her development. She's been through a lot, but this was definitely chilling for her. But hey, those are just my top 5. Let me know down in the comments which ones you guys thought were the most chilling that you've seen in MLP. I'll be sure to respond to them as much as I can. Be sure to like this video and double check that you're subscribed. YouTube is doing some funky stuff with subscriptions lately.